Hello, everyone. Hey, everyone. This is Ashish. Let me turn off the door. Yeah. Not so predictable. No, how it is going to flow. It is really. Hey. So, let's start. Hey, everyone. This is Ashish. This is a chill stream. This is Friday night. So, I will just do a chill stream, talking to myself, taking some notes, trying to improve my thought process, my speaking process. You can say it is a log of my experiences in the world. Vlog, video log, date 103, time 103, 12th November. I am here recording this message, discussing things with you about the things that I like, the thing that I dislike, the wisdom that I am gathering, and how to use that wisdom in my daily life. If you want to, the thing that Vijay is suggesting few of he's suggesting few of the I can say that he's suggesting the best wisdom that I have ever heard in my life. Although it is becoming very difficult for me to create a chain of thought and try to articulate my thoughts in a better way, it is becoming difficult for me to do that. So what I'm trying to improve all those aspects. I'm trying to groom myself. I will I will try to groom myself, be a better version of myself. I will improve every day. I will improve every day. So the discussion I had with Vijay was around hard work and the positives and negatives of hard work. Why we should engage in hard work and what should be the way of work. Your intent and the goals that you have in your future for a near future should align with the work that you are doing. If both are not aligned, then it will be very difficult for you to complete the things that you are doing. It will be very difficult for you to achieve success in your life. You won't be fulfilled with the things, with the challenges and the growth that you are getting and that you have expected. So both should be properly adjusted according to the reality. Now, hard work. Mm, hard work. It is not important. You every day you should rest. You should engage every day, every morning. You should engage with the enthusiasm, with the challenge, with a decent amount of motivation. You should have small slots which will help you get your mind away from the highly cognitive associated task, and you will be disassociated with you will get into and work really hard to achieve the goals that you have put forward start of the day. So you should prepare a task list. You should start the day with those things. You should establish the things that you want to achieve by the end of the day. Start doing that every day. Start doing that. Try to complete the most difficult thing that you think and start in the beginning. After that, move ahead with a few instances of work. Do some work, emails, do some minimalistic work. Then get some uh, get some time into in between to adjust the best possible way of disengaging your mind from the things that you are doing to the things that you want to do. You should do that. That from disengaging your mind from a highly cognitive task. You can do your household chore, you can cook, you can do anything. Do anything. Just drinking a tea with friends is also a disengaging process. After that, go again, immerse yourself truly in that particular task, disassociate yourself, and then go ahead and do your job. This is how you will improve every day, you will grow every day, and uh, it is not a process. The life is not a process of just going and getting out, relaxing, and then going in, getting out, relaxing. Because it might happen anytime in your life when you have to engage. You need to be at war, and you will be at war, and you have to engage yourself. There will be bad days where you have to engage, and in order to practice for those bad days, you need to prepare yourself for those bad days. If you have been working in a very fast-paced, moving, and changing environment, which expects you to deliver 8 to 10 hours daily, and the requirements are changing, you need to give demonstration to stakeholders and everything, then it will become very difficult. Then, and if you have experience of 4 to 5 years, then it will make sense. But if you don't have an experience of 4 to 5 years in that environment, you're fairly new. You don't know how to. You didn't learn enough skill to make sure in the future if you find the same scenario, how will you disassociate your mind and ability from that challenging environment to something else. So you need to be engaged in that challenging environment. You should, but it is draining also. It is draining, of course. It is very difficult to. It will be overwhelming, like what happened to Yash's sister. Not everyone is capable of doing that. I don't think I have the mindset of working a lot every day in engaging constantly in development activities and leading activities of complex tasks. I don't know. I am happy with the things that I have, and I am happy with working with the team that I have. But so you should always be prepared for the worst. So you should also try to engage in those activities which require a lot challenge. Not very often, but you should, because in future it might be very possible that you need to work on a very challenging fast in a very fast paced environment. You need to work on a very challenging things to very emotionally drained state where you will not be able to survive. And not only thing that will help you to survive is yourself, your strength, the hope that you have. For a lot of people who are preparing for JEE entrance or college exams, it is very difficult because they don't know how to survive that particular complex thing. They don't know how to update syllabus, how to prepare notes, how to complete DPP. It is a disciplined effort, but only few are able to clear that, get past through it, and they are also able to keep their sanity. So to keep the sanity, first we must engage in a fast-paced environment. We must engage in a complex structure. We shouldn't be scared because in future we will be scared. It will be very difficult for us to create a design doc. It will be difficult for us to create a proper end-to-end design of a system. You can try, but it will be very difficult. How will you approach that? You don't have any baseline. You don't know how to tackle a crisis situation. It is a crisis situation where you have to give presentation in 15 minutes, and how will you manage that time? So hackathon is a way where you are trying to replicate the same mindset. You are trying to create an end-to-end product. And also you should engage in a simulation. It is a simulation of that environment. So you should engage in the simulations. You should engage yourself in these things. Once you engage yourself in these things, and you will understand you should have that particular mindset. Once you have that particular mindset, you will in future, if there is, if time permits, and if in future you will get face to face with this situation where you have to manage a difficult situation, you have to manage a difficult team, you will be able to survive. Managing collaboration, IC role, or are just things. It is difficult to do these things, but you need to do. Presenting to a VP is not a big deal. You need to learn how to present. If it is needed that you have to prepare for a coaching, then you should. If it is needed that you have to make sure people are, because the thing is, I was very confident when I was talking to Subha in the interview. I was very confident, I was very talkative, and I was very reflective. But the thing is, when you are doing this constant thought pabanda, it will become very difficult for you. So yeah, so I am getting haywire in the thoughts. I realized, and I'm not getting to the conclusion of the things that I'm suggesting. So the thing that I want to suggest is first, first engage and work in a fast-paced environment where you will learn a lot, you will grow a lot, and you will groom yourself a lot. First thing, it will help you in the future endeavors. Like I've worked in Amdocs, which is very challenging comparative to my previous projects like Barclays and others, which were little bit uh, comforting. I liked it. I challenged myself, and I just went with the flow, and then I passed through it. It was easy. In the same way, when I was working in another environment, like when I was working in current environment, I was not able. Initially, this was the first hackathon that I was part of with Priyanka. It was very difficult to participate in the hackathon, and it was very difficult to complete the hackathon on time. But it was challenging, but we tried and we succeed. So there are different ways which we can engage in, engage ourselves in. We should try to engage ourselves in a little way, and we should try everything. So we should not work to get a relaxed life. Like 40, after 40 I will relax. No, you should not aim for that life. After 45 I will relax. I will have my time. I will get this much crore, X amount of money, I will relax, I will retire. So you are thinking in terms of your retirement, which is not the correct mindset to have at this stage. Either you are at a position which you don't like, that's why you're thinking of retiring early, or you're doing something that is way out of your league. That's why you are scared shitless. Some things are difficult. Giving a presentation to stakeholders is difficult, but you need to make sure that you are able to present yourself comfortably and properly. It is difficult. You need to practice every day. Practice 2 hours a day. Eventually, you will be able to process your thoughts clearly, more clear, with more clarity, conciseness, and everything. Practice your thoughts every day, at least an hour. Speak in front of a camera. Talk to people. Talk to anyone that is who is there. Although you can listen to yourself, but you know how to process things from one place to another. So just speak. Think speaking is the key. If you are not speaking, you are not verbal enough. It will be difficult for you to navigate from point A to point B. So yeah, that is the key. Uh, what else? So first of all, okay, I got distracted by this. Let me create a sticky note. Okay, so that I will know. Speak. Hmm, hard work. Hmm, okay. So I was having a discussion with Vijay, and he suggested some points. He suggested that a person should do a hard work. A person should be hardworking every day. He should try to give his maximum, his or her maximum, their maximum, and in the end, they should rest. Again, next day, they should again give their maximum. Try to give their maximum in a certain form of capacity. After a while, you might get exhausted. You can get rest. So you will consider the part that you are doing, uh, where you are not doing the active work, is a resting part, and the active work is the active work, the main part. So there are only two distinctions. There are not much nuances in this approach. Either active work or rest. But when you are resting, you are not in a relaxed mood. You don't relax either at work, you don't relax either at rest. Take the rest, you take the time off from the work and just be rested. When you're working, you're 100% there. You're killing it, the work. So this is how you should approach. You will be able to approach this way if you are working in an environment where in a if you're doing a work which aligns with your mental and future goals, only then you will be able to work like this with this ability. If you are a creative person, you are a creative person, you want to you like to draw, you like to create art, either sculpture or painting or sketching or something, and you are making some money out of it. And if you are active, then if you are actively engaged in that particular process with this mindset, if you are working 12 hours a day doing that particular thing and you are getting rest for the rest of the time, for the remaining time, it will work. It will work. You don't feel stressed out. You don't feel bad about your thing, the thing that you're doing. But in a way, if it is not aligning, if the alignment are not proper with the things that you're doing, it will eventually you will start to get burnt out, which is very common. So you need to check how to do it. And even though if you are working in this scenario also, it is very difficult if you are liking what you are doing, and in a sense it is challenging enough to make sure that you are contributing enough and you are taking off the load once you are away from the keyboard. Taking off the mental or physical load away from when you are away from the keyboard or away from the work, then it is fine. But if your work is challenging but you are sort of into it, then you need to take some time of breaks in between to take that cognitive or physical load out of your body and on mind, and try to achieve a better, try to come up at a better understanding of the situation. So if you are taking a 10-minute break, just having a tea alone with yourself without any thoughts, much thoughts, just sitting there drinking tea, etc. So in a sense, you are giving your mental, you're giving your brain a mental break. You don't have thoughts, you don't have much activity in your brain. And it's fine. You're not thinking about that problem anymore. You're just fine. After a while, once you are on the object and you are at the problem, you can solve the problem. This is how you should approach things. If you're not approaching things in this way, it will hinder your performance. You will start to get burned out, and you need to take those breaks. Yeah. So, okay. After a while, you can also engage with your friends and family. They should come after work. They should be your priority. If you have them and if you love them, you care about them, because they also take the load out of your mind and body. If you are doing a very challenging task, uh, playing with your child, playing a small child, nephew, anyone, for an hour or something, where you're not thinking about anything in the world, you're just being with the child. It's a very good process, and it is a very calming process. It will help you think more clearly, see things more clearly with a positive attitude. That's why a lot of scientists do engage in these activities, because they also engage in those activities which are very research oriented and which are not very smooth lined. They the ideas comes with a flow, so they need to engage in these activities. They can work for 15, 16 hours a day, but they get mentally blocked of the ideas. Then when they spend time with a child or someone, or disengaging with the main activity for a few days, after a while they might get stuck with the idea. So yeah, this is how it should work. Yeah, dopamine and entertainment. So you should also get your dopamine and entertainment part checked in. You shouldn't spend too much time in the highly scrolling apps like TikTok, Reels, YouTube Shorts, because they reduce the attention span and your mind flicks a lot. So the dopamine spike is very, gets you get a very high level of dopamine. So in 15 minutes of watching a TikTok scroll, so it is difficult. So you should make sure that your dopamine hits are coming out from the main two things: your work and your life, family, friends, not from the entertainment and the things that you're consuming. They should come at last. If entertainment is giving you dopamine hits, then you are training your brain to make sure that you are getting more entertainment in your daily plate than work and family. So yeah, you should prioritize that in that way. And every day you should check out the burnout meter. Evening or morning, you should retrospectively check with how the day went. Uh, Not improvement every day, but in a sense, whether are you satisfied with the day? Are you feeling burnt out? Is it too much? Why is it too much? How can you help? What can you add, either a hobby or something, in your routine for a week to find out the burnout is reduced or something like that. You can do these approaches once you are able to achieve better uh, week. You will get to know that you have achieved you have achieved a better picture of the things. You have achieved a better perspective of the things that you are perceiving or seeing. Yeah. So yeah, that is it. This is it. This is the discussion. This is the discussion that we have had, and we will be working on that. Mumbling is fine. Everything is fine. This is just a discussion, and I think that initially it was very problematic for me to speak up, but I need to improve my presentation communication, so I need to work a lot on these things. This aspect, which is making me very nauseated, nervous. There are two aspects which is making me very nauseated. One aspect is to design and deliver end-to-end development, and second thing is to present the developed product to the stakeholders. Both of the things are very complicated, very difficult for me to do. So I need to plan it accordingly. I need to make sure that I am groomed enough to, to present and to deliver things on time. For the next 4 to 5 years, I will try my best to learn all these aspects, try to improve all these aspects. Once I grow onto them, then I think that it will be in 5 years I would be in a very better, in a much better place than today. I would be able to present. I would be able to uh, put my point forward. Yeah. So I need to make sure my. So yeah, that is the thing. It is not always I will be an individual contributor, but I need to wear both shoes, all the shoes. I need to be in a shoe of IC, manager, and architect. This is the position I am. I can hold any position. I can be individual contributor, manager, or developer. Need to be all three. So a person who sells and develop is the best person there is. I need to learn how to sell things. Yeah, I need to sell things. I need to manage. Once I learn all these things, you will be invincible. Your goal is to be invincible in a sense, right? There are people who learn this in the first few years of their bachelor. If you go to an IIT, they are confident enough. They know that they have cracked the best exam. They have the capability, they have the confidence in them, and they have seen their counterparts doing the best things that they can think of. Like my counterparts, if I see my counterpart like Ajay, Akhil, Aman, Amit, they all are doing exceptionally well. I can crack any interview. That is a piece of cake for me. A normal interview. I am not very much prepared for an Agarwal interview or for a Capgemini or Cognizant interview. It is not difficult for me to prepare for that. The thing is, the communication skill will be a contributing factor for the success, and it is not that much needed. You just need to be communicating enough of your thoughts in a better way with a limited amount of it. Yes, the most important thing is be concise and be articulate enough to make sure your idea is being put forward. First, try to make sure that you are able to speak your mind. Then, make sure you are able to sell and improve on those. So, first year, for this month, I will try to improve my ability to process and channelize my thoughts and everything. I will record a session every day. I will record for 30. I'm starting with 30 minutes. I will try to speak for 30 minutes for a week. Then I will try to increase the time to 40, 10 minutes a day. I will try to introduce new things. It might be very chill because it might I need to recreate the scenarios where there is an interview in which I was asked some question or something. So yeah, I need to be assessed. Being interviewed is a simple thing. It is a very small thing, just simple thing. But it is simple being interviewed. But uh, I think that I was better suited for IBM ISDL role in that respect. Although it was 3 months, which is difficult to manage, but it is better suited for me. They would be providing me an IC role, and wouldn't be that much amount of lead and stuff. They would be more IC little bit. They are in their own space. They don't. Although they should work, they must work with a less red tipping. I think. I suppose they must be working with less red tipping. Their code quality wouldn't be that good. They wouldn't have best good code quality. They might have expected a lot of things from you, but they work with a more non-leader oriented mindset, non-mentor oriented mindset. They work with a managerial oriented mindset, which I also come from. Most of my companies are managerial driven. They are not leader driven. So, which was a good thing. I like to be a little bit micromanaged. They are doing it in a sense. We are micromanaging stuff, right? In a sense, the leaders, small leaders, are there to manage things. Yeah. So yeah, let's see how things are going to go. I have both the options. I think I will choose BAU because of this stuff. It is a very tough ask, but the thing is, the team that I'm working is a fuck team. It will be very difficult. I don't think it will be my cup of tea to handle the team and hold it together properly. Priyanka is fit, that's why they are passing the buck to me. I don't think they would have thought to pass the buck to me. It might be possible that they will move me to Neha's team, me to some other team, but I uh, should engage myself. I should try to disengage myself with the things because this is all Leela. This is happening. This is a mirage in a sense. It could be real, but it is not. In a sense, it is real or it's a part. Why are we going a lot of things? Although you need to fight and you need to die, you can try. So you need all the tools that you have. You need to be prepared enough that you can say, I failed, but I tried my best. But is it your best? No, it is not right. You try. Even Shreya is not very good with technical things. She has a good set of communication skills. She communicates well. She has very good people skill, managerial skill, and other. But she doesn't have good technical skill. She's not technically gifted. That's why she's working like this. So yeah, we can do whatever we want to do. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Bye bye. Ciao. 30 minutes are over.